Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review The Phoenician Scheme, and this is the latest film from Wes Anderson, who came up with the story with Roman Coppola, and wrote the film, directed the film, and this focuses on the story of a family and a family business of Zsa Corda, played by Benicio del Toro, who brings in his daughter, who is a nun, portrayed by Mia Tripleton and Liesel, and he is trying to offset some scheming that's going on, upping the cost of a big project that he has going on in Phoenicia, and must play around and try to renegotiate with all of his business partners to try to get this thing up and running. And, of course, things get complicated when somebody keeps trying to kill him. He has near-death experiences, and he must confront faith and life and this dynamic with his daughter, who has faith as a core of her values. And, throw in Bjorn, Michael Cera's character, who's a tutor of insects and all kinds of fun stuff that gets dragged along the way, too. And this film is very much Wes Anderson vibe. It has little models, it has stop motion with like the little bugs, and all those different kinds of elements, the color palettes, the symmetry, the uncomfortably close-ups, and all kinds of just bonkers vibes that you get from Wes Anderson film. Alexandre Desplat delivers yet another fantastic score that is mysterious and unnerving at times, but also captures this adventurous kind of feel, because this film very much is a 30s, 40s, 50s style globetrotting adventure. And it captures that old school kind of Hollywood feel that you'd get from big studio films like a Casablanca and stuff like that, where you just have that vibe and this desert setting and this incredible cast of characters. And Benicio del Toro is fantastic at the core here. He is Zsa Corda is a despicable man, probably borderlining on the level of Steve Zissou, and he is one of Wes Anderson's most unlikable and also kind of bad guy protagonist that you have here. But what's so fascinating is the journey that he goes on, and these near-death experiences trigger these visions that he has, and how that's brought to life with the production design, the costuming, and the actors that are a part of that part of the film. It's so fascinating and interesting and dynamic, and adds so many layers to that aspect of the film. And it also, thematically rich, brings in the faith and just the morality of things. I also think Tripleton is incredible. I think she has this magnetism. I think she has this strength, this confidence, good comedic timing. Her banter with Benicio del Toro is fantastic. Michael Cera gets to have a lot of fun here with this character of Bjorn and how this character fits into the story. And then you just have this wonderful group of this duo of, you have Bryan Cranston and Tom Hanks, who are these business partners, and Riz Ahmed, Jeffrey Wright, and just so many great characters popping up throughout this film. Scarlett Johansson, and in particular, doesn't have a ton of screen time, but Benedict Cumberbatch is this entity who's very closely related to the Cordas, and his dynamic, his moments on screen are so great, and the conflict between him and Benicio del Toro towards the end of this film is so much fun and ridiculous and over the top. This has action, it has thrills. The opening sequence of this plane crashing scene is wild, and there's fun little elements of Rupert Friend being a part of this bureaucratic organization that keeps cutting to them, and them talking about the conspiracy of trying to mess with Corda's business. And you have these faith-based elements that keep popping up, like I mentioned, And there's so many different layers to this, and the journey that Liesel goes on for her own identity and her figure out her family and her connection to the greater story here is interesting and dynamic. This film has a lot of moving pieces and a lot of characters and a lot of beats narratively and how it comes together, but it all comes together in such a fascinating, quirky, weird kind of way, as only Wes Anderson can do, and fully commits to the bit and crafts such an engaging and fun and just wondrous experience from start to finish. I had such a blast with this film, and I'll be chewing on the thematic elements of this in terms of Liesel's journey and Corda's journey and all of these different elements and how it comes together. This is definitely a film that'll benefit from another watch, but at this moment, it was really, really, really good. And I like this film a lot. And it has great humor, it is clever, it's sharp, great performances, incredible world building, and this wonderful homage to these old school Hollywood type films. And it all just comes together in such a wondrous cinematic way. But those are my thoughts on the Phoenician scheme. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in, supporting your Wasteland reviewer.